Cause I'm about that. Cause I'm about that.
I'm about that come up, running up on them fools and talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing the mic just like I ran the jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up front and knowing that kid with an attitude, but you can't really blame this motherfucker. So what he had to do, turn. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of carpets. All about that RIP, but all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish when I started, I'm about that.
Top down, I know you're not ready. We ride, cause we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down, I know you're not ready. We ride, cause we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it. Want a man I can bring the drama, but it ain't by chance I'm fucking rapping. You don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rapping, they call me starving. Yeah, y'all gotta ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. I'm about that.
Top down, I know you're not ready. We ride, cause we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down, I know you're not ready. We ride, cause we're about that. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Ysn Power Hour, proudly presented by the sponsors below and the ones you'll get about halfway through the show. DJ Yoakley here. You've got Irish Nation over there. Also, Quinn Pushkar. McNuggies is here. Ty's here, back in the jail cell. Also, Raider Nation with the football. Is that the same shirt you wore yesterday, Munson?
No, I had a sweater on yesterday. Today is my.
Oh, I see. Okay. You did have like a turtleneck. You were looking a lot like Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
You could be our Steve Jobs. Who knows? And then making his triumphant return to the Ysn Power Hour, Anthony Hartwig. Wait a minute, boys. We got somebody coming in. Look at this guy. It's a reunion show. Tristan Reynolds is back. My goodness, look at this. All of a sudden.
One of the OGs.
I know. Look at that. This is amazing. The OGs are here today. Good thing we got lots to talk about. Obviously, Paul, what day is it today? Just outside of National Sandwich Day, which we'll get to in a minute.
Ooh.
You had the pleasure in your G Beer with Farm Beef yesterday to talk about voting. How important is it from a perspective of an American to exercise your freedom to vote?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, it's why it makes us the greatest country in the world. I mean, you get out there and every 4 years, you get to vote for a president and you get out there and voice your opinion. And I mean, lines aren't that bad from what we're hearing. About a half hour, get in, get out, and it won't be too bad. Get out there. There's definitely lots of senators and congressmen out there, different issues that are out there you can vote for too. Any of those renewals that are out there for different things, make sure you take care of those too. Those are always for the parks and for the handicapped and everything. It goes a long way.
Be educated. That's the biggest thing, right? Know what and who you're voting for before you get to the ballot, and that way you're educated and it's not that time consuming. So I mean, really, like ours was fast, super fast, in and out. I think 2 pages front and back, and then it was put it in that little machine, which is my favorite, right? That's the good feeling, knowing that your vote matters, all that stuff. You'll get to know that, McNuggies. Don't worry. Let's see.
I get the mock elections in school.
Mock election. Full House Tuesday. Did everybody vote? Everybody but McNuggies. I believe Ty's going to vote later, right?
5:30. Yeah, I'll be heading out to vote.
Same, after the show.
Yep, after the show.
I can't speak on voting. I can't speak on that.
Okay.
Are you not allowed to vote?
I am allowed to vote, but I am owned by the military, so I cannot express my opinion.
There it is. I didn't know you weren't. Jet Louise saying, can you tell me what the cost will be for boys and girls basketball games? Thanks. Funny you mentioned that, Jet. We are going to look at a couple different options. One of the ones we're looking at is going to be $9.99 for the week. So you'll get every game that we have, boys, girls, swimming, wrestling, everything for $9.99 for the week. We like the $9.99 price tag, and for that, I mean, if your team plays 2 times that week, you get it for $9.99. If you want to watch every single game on the network, $9.99. It's the same concept as we have for football, only you're going to have a ton more value. Because let's be honest, there's a ton more games. You get girls basketball as well. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that. Per week, and we're talking about rolling out like $100 one for the year, because I think if you pay $9.99 every week, it's like $120. And then if you just pay up front for $100 or $99, we'll make it like that. Then you'll get it for the entire year, like a pass. But we got to work out some kinks before we do that. So great question. It is, obviously, it's Election Day in America. It's also National Sandwich Day, which,
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm just saying, probably a little bit higher on my scales, National Sandwich Day.
Oh, yeah. I'm the sandwich over a president. Absolutely.
What is your favorite? What's your go-to sandwich? Like your go-to. Somebody says, "Hey, let's go get a bite." This is where you're going to get a sandwich, and what do you get? Let's go, Billy Mack. What do you got?
Probably chicken, bacon, and Italian dressing is not the ranch style. It was an old Subway classic. Probably when we were kids, that was a thing before the chicken bacon ranch came out. That's probably the go-to sandwich that I would go to if I had to pick something up right now.
Subway guy.
Gross.
Yeah, Subway. There's other ones. Firehouse subs. I mean, there's plenty of them, but
I
yeah.
still have never been to Firehouse Subs. It mocks me in my face every day. I got to get there. Quinn, you're definitely a sandwich guy.
Oh, this is about to be plain as hell. Here we go.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, absolutely. I love sandwiches. Well, yeah, peanut butter and jelly is classic. But yeah, Billy, you stole mine. I mean, anything with bacon. Like, I'm a BLT guy, and chicken, stuff like that. No mayo. I hate mayo. I replace mayo with Italian dressing.
Yeah, mayo stinks.
Yeah.
I hate both of you.
Yep.
I'm a big mayo guy. All right, McNuggies, what's your sandwich?
My go-to sandwich when I'm going out is just a chicken patty.
I knew it.
And then you take off the bun.
That's why this cat's single. That's why he's single.
It's just that's a chicken patty. It's not even a sandwich.
Yep.
It's a
No,
large
in all seriousness, probably just a peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter, not even jelly.
nugget.
I bet you cut off the crust. That's why you.
Yeah, that was the point, Mac.
You cut off the
Yeah, basically a big chicken nugget.
I'll tell you something, McNuggies. Tone right there.
Ty, your sandwich.
This one's hard because I'm a big sandwich guy myself. But one that my dad stole it right there. Reuben is one. I always find myself getting a Reuben. No matter if I'm going to a new place, I always try their Reuben, no matter where it is. I've never been to a sandwich place. I usually go for a Reuben. I love the Thousand Island dressing. I'm a big sauerkraut guy on those type of things. So
What's the one with turkey? Is that Rachel, right, or something like that?
I think so. Yeah, it's like the same premise as a Reuben, but it's just turkey instead of the corned beef. Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
Oh, Will Rutledge with Primanti Brothers. Oh, they make some good sandwiches. All right, Paul.
You gotta go.
Ball's
there.
in your court.
Right, it's the best.
Yeah, I like the Reuben around St. Patty's Day. That's kind of like a little traditional for that. But my go-to sandwich, and it's been it for a long, long time, and you actually had something similar on Saturday, and that's why I asked about it. I'm a Sandwich Factory guy, giant number 5, no onions, throw mayonnaise on there. I don't care what those two clowns up top say. Throw some mayonnaise on there with their oil and vinegar that they put on it as well.
Drench it.
And
Mayonnaise will literally kill you. That's why you shouldn't eat it. It's poison.
yeah.
False.
You think I care? Does it look like I've had enough mayonnaise in my life? It hasn't killed me yet.
I mean, it kills you slowly.
Paul puts mayonnaise on hot dogs.
No, that's kind of gross. No, but I mean, no. Everything kills you, Billy, slowly. Who cares?
Look at this one. Holy cow. Kelsey dropping the Asiago cheese bagel, toasted, palmetto pimento cheese spread, sliced heirloom tomato, and bacon for home. Holy cow.
We're all not as
That's way
sophisticated as
too
you
fancy.
and Tommy over there, Kelsey. Jeez.
Goodness gracious.
Give us some ham and cheese or something, you know?
Michael Page was right though too. If you've ever had the Galley Boy burger at Swenson's, that's a pretty good sandwich as well.
Anthony Hartwig, you are a plain Jane when it comes to sandwich.
I'm so plain Jane. I'm not a big sandwich guy, but I do love myself a roast beef sandwich from Arby's. So I don't take the bun off. Roast beef sandwich, I don't like their cheddar. I think cheddar cheese
Watch your
tastes
mouth.
kind of rubbery.
You watch your mouth.
I don't
Now,
like their
now
cheddar
you did
burgers.
it. There it goes.
And the poppy seeds. I hate poppy. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, Gorby's. That's what I'm talking about. When you're on the go to Gorby's. T, what do you got? Tristan.
There it is.
There he's
To the
gone.
Star again.
Max Headroom.
Anything Club 76 is serving that night.
Club 76. Oh,
Whatever
man.
Club 76 is serving, I'm good with that.
Club 76.
You mean Club 46? I'm hoping. Nope. 76 it is.
Yep.
I miss you, everyone. I miss you guys.
He's on for 5 minutes. He's gonna get booted. I'm gonna go with Gorby's. I love Gorby's subs. I mean, big into Sandwich Factory. I love the one. I think it's in Poland. That's my big hitter there. But the one in Columbiana, I thought I was gonna die from. Not in a bad way. It was a delicious sandwich. Betos wouldn't give me any water for the broadcast. I thought I was going to literally die. Like, so many salted meats that are delicious. Number 7, super sub. Go for it. Mayonnaise and drench it in onion or in olive. What was the vinegar and olive oil or whatever they use?
Yep, oil and vinegar.
Oil and vinegar. Yeah, that's what I'm in for. So, here we go. We got capicola and cheese at Gorby's. That's a good one. But you can't go wrong with the Pittsburgher at Primanti's. Like, if I'm on death row, that's what I'm eating because I
would
know.
never eat that.
Oh, it's delicious. It's so good. With egg, boom. Drop the hammer. All right, we got a good show for you.
Anything named Pittsburgh.
Shocker, baby. Shocker. Well, you don't want to be a winner, so I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's go. It's National Sandwich Day. We're on that. Here's a question for you. Being that it is naturally election day in America, my question isn't so much who you're voting for today, tonight, or this morning. My question is, if there was one coach or manager here locally that you'd love to see run for president and lead the country, whether they like it or not, who would be that leader and why?
Leslie.
Let's go to Billy Mack.
Steve Leslie. Only because it would be the most highly entertaining thing I think I can imagine. Because I can picture him having a conversation and he'll be talking into it and then just go, "What's that over there?"
He'd be talking to these world leaders, talking about like some kind of nuclear disarmament. Like, yeah, hey, look at that sandwich over there.
We're talking to Mexican government. Hey, is that a bird? What is
What? I listen, I've that is a great answer. Number one, I've roomed with him time and time again. My favorite would be him out on the White House lawn with his shirt wrapped up around his arms, talking so loud on the speakerphone.
Oh.
President, or I don't know, Governor, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Hey, you want to go golfing today?
No, he's at a summit with Kim Jong-un. What are they having for lunch over there?
Kim, stop. You're an idiot.
Hands down the front of his sweatpants.
Yep.
Well,
All right, so
That would be.
Here's what
That
we
is a
want.
great pick. Great pick
Vice
for
President
president.
Bezos.
Love it. Let's go.
That would be the
Billy
greatest.
Mack gets a vote from Michael Page to be the El Presidente. I like that.
Write it in.
Quinn, who you got?
As much as I want Steve. Two came to mind: Jim Tressel and Coach Pav, Mike Pav.
Yeah, Jim Tressel gets a vote here from James Bartell. Listen, Coach Pav. Oh, can you imagine China sitting down at the table with Coach Pav and trying to discuss trade negotiations?
He just seems like a guy that would do it.
He would. I mean, he would know the game plan for. Where are you, Tristan?
With my dog.
He would know the game plan for China before China did. And he would have him scout it. He'd be scouting China on huddle, which would be hilarious. Be the best. All right, McNuggies, I got to think you got to go with Dad here, right?
No, I'm not gonna go with my father.
Oh.
Not for his leadership or anything, just because he doesn't give two craps about politics at all. He does not care in the absolute slightest.
It's not about politics. It's about leadership, right? In some capacity. Once you get past all the campaigning.
Yeah, and I don't know. I might have to campaign for him a little bit. If he
That
wants
would
to
be
get some
funny.
votes. That would be hilarious. I'd probably run it right into the ground. But outside of him, gonna try to get away from that. I'm gonna go with Coach Seidel out of Sebring. Man, he'd easily get my vote.
I love it.
Kate would write herself in.
Power goes to his head.
Again,
Everything
coming from a
else
woman who
is
doesn't
how big
like
it
to
is.
make decisions.
Hey,
So she forces decisions upon me.
So you're sitting in the king's chair. You get to do all the decision making.
I have to do the decision. She doesn't even want to. She goes, whatever you want. So I go like this. All right, we'll do this. And then she says, power goes to my head.
Well,
head looks pretty damn big right now.
Thank you, Tristan.
Ty, who do you got for a coach that would make a good president? Who you'd vote for?
It's hard. So I have two that immediately came to mind. Obviously, Homer picked T.J. Parker. Just his way of getting people to buy into a system and really just inspire people, I think would be great leadership wise, and being able to do that with, I mean, basically a team he's never really met before, and everyone bought into the system. And the other one, I got a chance to talk to him for extended time the other day, Coach Emil. You talk about someone that really goes the extra mile for his guys, and then really does whatever he can for his boys. That just shows great examples of leadership. So yeah, those two are the ones that immediately came to mind.
I like that you said goes the extra mile, because that's what Greenwood does. Greenwood Chevrolet goes the extra mile for you. So nice play, Ty Bartel. Appreciate the plug. Raider Nation, let's hear. I got to believe I know what's coming.
You would think. I mean, I think Coach Yeagley would be a great one. But I mean, the first one that came to mind to me, and Quinn already stole it, was the guy who already is a president, President Tressel. I mean, JT is right there, man. I think he would do great. I mean, he's already been all over the place, and he is a great leader. I mean, I've known him for a long time when I was at YSU. So yeah, my vote would be Tress if I could vote for somebody locally.
President Munson making study hall great again.
Man, study hall economies would go through the roof.
That has got to be a hat, right? That's got to be a hat somewhere. We got to make that.
Anthony going through the roof too.
Anthony Hartwig, who is the best coach for a position of power in the country?
Paul wouldn't take Yeagley, so I'll do it. I'll be the South Range guy. I'll take Coach Yeagley. Longevity is a great form of success, and he's been there, done that. Nothing he hasn't seen in his tenure at South Range, so nothing would surprise him. So I'll go with Dan Yeagley.
All right, I can appreciate that. Everybody knows how much that relationship means to me personally. T, this has got to be good.
Well, technically, I'm a coach, so shit. Come on, sign me up. Let's go. I'm gonna run it. I got it.
Vote for the lumberjack party.
Yeah. Dudes, shirts. You gotta have it to come in. Girls, shirts off. You drink for free. Come on. I'm gonna make that a lot.
What the hell is going on over there? He'd be out of office in the first month.
Wow.
He's making American party again.
Hey, I gotta bring some entertainment, man. I gotta bring some entertainment.
My goodness, I think start in Canada first, see how it goes, and then we'll try it out down here.
I'll go to Canada. Shit, send me to Canada.
I've been racking my brain. I've been racking my brain for somebody who would be a not only a great leader, but would make a instant impact, right? Because that's what presidents now look for, instant impact. I gotta go with, Alicia Auer. I mean, you look at someone who is longevity. You look for success, building programs. I mean, she's done it at Crestview. She's done it all, and I gotta believe that she would be a great, not only overall president, but a great first ever lady president, because you imagine the pressure that's going to be there for the first ever female in the White House. It's going to be unparalleled because every decision is going to be scrutinized no matter what it is. Not that it already is, but it's one of those things. So I think I can get behind Coach Howard. I like that. Not that she'd probably ever want that position, but how cool would it be? Anthony, you told a story yesterday about her winning a volleyball game and went over and individually shook the hands of every girl. Pre-COVID, of course. That's what you want in a leader. You want somebody that no matter what, chips are down, chips are up, they're going to give it their all and set the expectation and set the precedent. So
you talk about ladies. How about I can't think of her name and I apologize, but the champion softball coach.
Cheryl Weaver.
Cheryl Weaver, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great one too. Although she would absolutely just, you want to talk about a legacy. Like, she could probably have any job in the world, and she wouldn't give it up for what she has right now, and what she pours into that program. So, great call, though, Paul. Great call.
She could pour that determination into the country.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. Here we go. We go Petit below Mac on my list of people who not to vote for. There it is. You're already -1, Tristan.
Whoa, come on now.
So
ladies and beer.
Listen, I bet I win. You put me up for any election, I win. You know why? Because I don't care. That's why.
Yep, that would be why you. It'd be interesting. You'd make a lot of headlines.
Do what you gotta do. Just don't piss me off.
Be his own campaign manager. Do everything on his own.
They would give Tristan the wrong set of keys for the football, for the bomb, for the nuclear bomb, because he'd get mad every 10 minutes. You want me to push this? You want me to push this? I'm gonna do. He'd be like, let me ask you this.
I'm pushing that red button.
Jeff Bezos, I would 100% get behind for voting for president, because can you imagine those press conferences?
Oh, they would be legendary.
No, make him Steve Leslie's. No, make him.
My VP. What if he's my VP?
Anthony's dead.
No, make him Steve Leslie's VP and the press secretary.
No.
And the press secretary.
He's doing a public address in a three-point stand, just screaming at everybody.
He just does the hands on the podium. All right, scumbags, listen up.
Hey, all I gotta do is come out.
Here's the trick, everybody.
Yes. And
do what I say, I'm going to hit this red button right now. That's it. Baby.
This business, baby. Kim Jong-un, you want a piece of this? Come get some. Come get some. And if you make fun of my whip, I'm going to beat your ass.
I just love how
he's like Mike Tyson's stepson.
I don't really have a list. We're like, yes, you do. I don't have a list, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I don't have a lisp. And then he comes back after his first game. I really do have a lisp. I can hear it in the headphones. Oh, Jeff Bezos, we love you. That's why you'd be a great vice president. I don't think we'd ever give you the full presidency, but a vice president.
My vice president.
Yeah,
You
he's
two-
the
So the
guy who
economy's
said the
up,
foreign
about-
countries, just get him the hell
We're gonna
out of there.
win.
Like, hey,
The economy's up about 4% since Steve and I have gotten into office. It's just business, baby.
If Tristan and Jeff Bezos were the options, they were on the ticket, they would move the White House to Wisconsin.
Saturdays
It'd
will become a national
Get
holiday.
on board or get effed.
There's just a bunch of cheese around them, so they can't being in padded walls. They can't break anything.
Hey,
So
you gonna say something? You looking ugly as hell over there. You gonna say something?
what?
Quinn, you gonna say something? You looking ugly as hell. Just sitting there looking at me.
I'm not even looking at you, to be honest with you. Staring at me.
And that's the end of Tristan
Two
for today.
things would happen if Tristan and Jeff became president and vice president. One, Saturdays would be designated as a national holiday. Two, everybody would be required to have a Saturdays are for the boys flag.
I don't know. I
guarantee you.
kind of like the dynamic of Billy Mack and Jeff Bezos as president because they're
Oh
so
my-
polar
the
opposites.
A-team.
So everyone would be hating Billy Mack as a president, but they love Jeff Bezos as vice president. So you'd get the votes there as well.
I think
I get Jeff Bezos over.
Jeff Bezos is going to be your PR guy.
You'd get the ginger vote, that's for sure.
The
That-
ginger.
We've been through this. We've been
Oh
through
no,
this.
I have pictures. I have pictures.
Hey,
I don't have
Billy
red
and
hair.
Billy and Richie, the gingers for president.
Oh, can you imagine that? Their ticket would be
Campaign.
called the Red Wave. It wouldn't matter what party it is; it'd be the Red Wave. Red Wave is coming.
Campaign
Let's
of the century.
We're not talking about
Gotta watch
communism.
that one though.
what?
The red wave.
Let's go to who would be a good candidate for president from a student athlete standpoint. Who shows good leadership on and off the field? Let's start with you, Ant.
Oh, geez. I'll go with Jackie Grisdale.
Oh,
Can do it all. Gonna probably break the polling record for most letters by an athlete. Well-rounded, doesn't care about herself, and a great leader. So I'll go with Jackie.
that's a good pick. Paulie, who you got?
I like Jake. Jake Gehring. Real good kid, good in the classroom, definitely a good leader. And he looks it too. He's got the good hair and everything. So, put him on a poster. People are voting for him. Put Tristan on a poster. They're gonna think he's wanted for some kind of something at the post office.
Wanted for arson in 3 different counties.
Ty.
You see a poster of Tristan and Jeff?
Oh my goodness.
Vote for us.
Ty, go ahead.
Just because I had a chance to watch him basketball and football this season, Nate Leskovac is my pick for that. And kind of to go off of Anthony's point, someone that could do anything. I've seen him play almost every single facet on the football field, as well as basketball, just willing to do anything to get it done. I mean, a lot of the younger boys look up to him as well. I mean, and it's one of those things. If he's willing to do whatever it takes and play wherever, do whatever, come off the bench, a 6-man in basketball or playing on special teams, whatever, people are going to follow suit in that. So someone that's willing to do whatever it takes for the team, I mean, you're going to get a lot of people to follow that.
I respect that. McNuggies.
Obviously it's going to be me. Is there any question about that?
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be me. Nah, but in all seriousness, probably Nathan Barber. The dude shows tremendous leadership on the basketball court. And, man, over the summer, he was a true leader for everybody that wasn't playing football. He made sure they were in the gym with Coach Nick Miller. I believe it was June, July, and we ended in August. But he was a true leader for this team, and he's making sure they're on the right track to go even further this year.
Respect. Quinn.
I'm going to go Molly Howard from McDonald. Just true leader everywhere she goes. Basketball, volleyball, doesn't really matter. Great in the classroom. And you get your vice president with your twin sister, so get everything taken care of at once.
Just the Howard ticket.
Absolutely.
Love it. All right, Billy Mack, you got to have one up your sleeve.
I'm a little upset because Paul stole mine. I was going to go with, Jacob Gehring. I just think he fits the profile of what you're asking for. You want a winner. You want a guy who takes command. You want a guy to be in those positions to make decisions under pressure. And I don't think there's a better guy who's as a student athlete. I don't think there's a better kid for it.
I am going to go with Cam Hollabaugh. I know, surprise, surprise, right? We voted him for MVP yesterday, but the kid, literally, if you look at his resume, he's great in the classroom. He does it all over the field, every sport, so you're not going to find anybody that's not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get dirty and get to work. So my vote for El Presidente is Warren JFK's Cam Hollabaugh. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about, just America. We'll talk about sports. We're going to talk about Corona. There's some interesting things going on in the NFL with Corona. And did the NFL make a boo-boo? We'll find out all that and more, as well as your G. Burbick Farms. What's your beef? All that and more coming at you in just a little bit on the Ysn Power Hour.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Myers Family Insurance knows the importance of a great team.
Our team continues to grow to help you with your Medicare and retirement needs.
The annual election period is here, so it's all hands on deck to make sure your plans still meet your needs for 2020.
Call us today.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. Thanks to Tristan Reynolds for stopping in for a little bit. It was a nice little surprise.
I got one more I wanted to throw out there for president. I had to think about. Student athlete. Grace Leslie.
Oh boy.
We can keep Steve in office somehow too.
It's like Trump and Ivanka, right? That's just the next generation. Oh man, you imagine how fun that would be to have the Leslies in office.
So much fun.
Bro, come over here. I'm in the Oval Office. What are you doing? Nothing.
No.
Interesting guys in the sports world. Last night, I don't know how many of you guys watched Monday Night Football last night. There was a minute there I thought the Giants still had Tom Brady's number. Did anybody see old 12 try to well, he did make a comeback and win the game, but they almost choked at the end. Does Tom Brady have it, or is this a different variation of QB 12? We'll start with McNuggies because he's our NFL guru.
I think he still has it. Last night, it was just a bad game for Tom Brady, and I don't think you can point to one performance and always say that, this guy, he's not good anymore. I mean, Brady's had a lot of great performances this year. He's got Antonio Brown coming in. He's going to look a lot better next week, and it could be a case of, Tom Brady just can't beat the Giants, same way he can't beat Nick Foles. It could be a variation of that, but I think Tom Brady just had a bad night last night, and the Giants nearly capitalized, but the Bucs got some help from the referees there towards the end of the game. That was definitely a pass interference call that they picked up the flag at the end of the game, but I still think Tom Brady has it, just a bad game last night.
Ty, how you feeling about TB12?
Well, I think he's proving this season that his struggle last year was more of a Patriots offense than it was him. Because I seen him. You see he's lost a step. He's not 27, 28-year-old MVP Tom Brady anymore. But I mean, he still can get it done on the football field and get you wins, especially with the talent that's around him. As far as the case of last night's game goes, it was pass interference. Was it because it was Tom Brady they were playing against that was picked up? I don't know. I see. But my thing is when I watch these football games, and it happens in college and NFL, the two questions I always have: what is a catch and what is pass interference? I mean, we saw it with the Rams and Saints a few years ago. Flags get picked up. These are two rules that I feel like are never like set in stone on what they actually mean. In a game about passing and catching, we really don't know what a catch is and what pass interference is. And I feel like there should be a set rule for it. And that these are definitions that are constantly changing every year. And I think that's probably the most frustrating part about it.
I look at those decisions as like a police officer giving you a ticket for speeding. It's at his discretion.
Yeah, exactly. And it shouldn't be like that. I don't like the idea of it's at a referee's discretion because I feel like that's too much power in a ref's hands because I can literally determine an outcome of a game. We saw it right there. I mean, yeah.
Well, in a baseball sense, I like the human error element. I think it keeps the game pure, so to speak. So I don't really want robots out there kind of calling games.
See, it depends because there's been some funky moments, and I had an N in there, by the way, in case you missed it, that there's these spreads in Vegas. All of a sudden, these things start to pan out a little bit. That I don't think a robot cares whether you win $50 or $100 or $1 zillion or whether you lose. So I do like the human element, but I think there's a little bit too much human element sometimes. Billy Mack, what do you think?
To a degree, but that's also why you got 8 officials out there plus instant replay. I mean, as far as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but the NFL used to make decisions the last couple of years on pass interference call against the Saints, right? Did they get rid of that all of a sudden? Because I haven't seen anybody.
I haven't seen it this year.
I haven't seen it.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Aren't you allowed to challenge pass interference calls now since the Saints?
Right. So why didn't the Giants do that last night? I knew they are out of timeouts, but that might have been the case there. But I haven't seen it at all this year. So I don't know.
I honestly think they might have actually. I think there were at least talks in the offseason. I remember hearing something that they were going to take it away because the call being overturned, the rate of that was so insanely low. I think it was the lowest out of all plays that you can challenge.
But
Page saying you can't challenge it anymore.
That's dumb then, because then it takes that. Like I said, I just don't
it was
the
stupid.
power the officials have, because you could also call holding on almost virtually any play in the NFL too, and you could draw back 10 yards if you really wanted to. So I mean, I just don't like how much. I like that the human element in baseball, but I feel like these are two different sports, and I feel like you could determine an outcome of a game much easier.
What would you determine as a catch, Ty?
See, I feel like with the catches, like what is their current definition of it?
I asked you what your opinion was on it.
I feel like if you're able to get two hands, or if you're able to get the football and you're able to tuck it, that's a catch. I don't know what this whole making a catch and a football move is defined. They haven't defined what a football move is to me. It's a catch and a football move, and you could really define what a football move is. It's up to the discretion again of the officials, and I see it in a lot of games. They're like, you didn't make a football move. Well, what is a football move? Define that then. And I don't like the whole I feel like if you're able to tuck, you've caught the ball, right? Like, I mean, I feel like that's a good enough definition for a catch. If you're able to catch it, you're tucking it. You have enough control of the ball then.
So if you reach out, all right. So if you reach out, you're at the sidelines. Okay, you reach out like an old school Chris Carter catch, fingertips out away. You catch the football. You go to the ground. That's not a catch.
Like you catch it two hands and you go to the ground.
Nope, you don't tuck it. Don't bring it to your body. It's all the way out, and you go right to the ground. Is that a catch?
Your arms are extended. You're catching the ball and you go to the ground.
Yep.
Do you maintain control of the ball or do you lose it?
Sure.
That's a good thing there, Paul. Yeah. I mean, I feel like then, I guess if you were to maintain control, I think for me, especially, it's if you have.
Do you see where I'm going with? You see where I'm going? Like, now there's two ways to catch a football, because you said catch, tuck. And now there's catch to go to the ground. I think that's the issue that they have, is that there's too many different ways to catch a football. There's not just one way, right?
No, you're right, Billy. There's not just
definition, DJ, before you get all crazy.
There's not one way. I just feel like there should be more transparency with it, and I just don't like these bullshit definitions. Like,
they don't like transparency, because they don't want that. If there's transparency, now you can go and attack these referees.
We're going back old school. Go
right. So now you can go and attack these referees, and you got players and coaches that you already get fined for commenting on referees, like, specifically. So they don't want to have those. The NFL avoids these issues by making it not transparent, so they can hide behind the shield and say, "Listen, the NFL made that decision." Period.
And that's so stupid because you should be able to criticize a referee's job because they literally have an outcome in the game that you're playing.
Well, if you criticize too many referees, what ends up happening is you don't have referees to work anymore. That's kind of why they don't want to do that.
Or they hold a grudge against you.
Or they hold a grudge against you. The next time they see, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they get every freaking call anyway. So
watch your mouth.
You wouldn't get criticized if you do your job correctly, though. You wouldn't get criticized if the job was done correctly. And I don't know. Like my
That's
whole
fair, but they don't want to make referees a story on Fox or that other stupid network.
Quinn, is TB12 done?
No.
Dynamite drop in.
He's 6-3. What are we worried about? He's 6-3. It was the Giants. Even if it was pass interference, they got to go for it again anyway. It don't matter. What if they stop him?
I think he's 6-2.
Yeah, he can't. He can't be 6-3. He's only played 8 games.
Tom. They brought Tom in. Like Tom's mind didn't go anywhere, right? That was kind of the same thing with like Peyton. Like Peyton didn't fall off in a sense of between the ears and making decisions. It was like he just couldn't throw the ball on the field. I think in some cases you're not going to see Tom Brady huck and chuck down the field every single play, but he's going to make decisions pre-snap. He's going to know when to get the football out. So I don't think any of those decision-making skills have faltered anyway. So I think that's something that – and you're coming from a Tampa Bay team that was pretty good. People thought there was a lot of talent on that team, but their quarterback play was just terrible, and they had too many interceptions. So Tom coming into a team that already had weapons and then got, gifts from Jesus – getting all these other extra players that, coming up with like a Madden roster here. So as long as he makes good decisions, he'll be just fine. He can play for another 4 years.
All right, let's talk about this. This is an interesting story that I saw last night. Caught me a Marlin is what we are going to call this. Marlon Humphreys of the Baltimore Ravens testing positive for COVID. He was tested on Wednesday, I believe the story goes, and played the entire game, apparently, with a positive outcome. Is the NFL or the Baltimore Ravens to blame for this, and what happens? I'm not saying it was, obviously, they played the Steelers, but what happens now if the other team has positive tests after a player played the entire game? These tests are supposed to be quick. They're supposed to be done daily or whatever, facility-wise. Did the NFL botch this? Yes or no? I'll leave it for wild card. Who wants it?
Yes.
I knew that one was coming.
Go
ahead.
In no way, shape, or form did they not botch this. First, you got those emergency-approved 15-minute Abbott tests from the FDA. I think it was the FDA. I'm not 100% sure, but they got them approved by the needed department to have them done. They have tests done on Saturday to determine if players can play. And you had Humphrey test positive on Wednesday. Not wanting him to sit out, probably because it was one of the biggest games of the season. But you're not going to have much of the rest of the season if you have your big players testing positive and still going out and playing, still practicing with their team, and then possibly giving it to another player. I mean, he was up in the face of Juju, Claypool, and other receivers the entire game. It's not like he's not like he's Justin Tucker and he's the kicker. And
so those guys should have to sit out for 3 weeks. Juju and the other dude and Big Ben sit out for 3 weeks.
If any Steelers player that is has a big time impact on this team has to sit out, Marlon Humphrey will be the most hated player in my book in the NFL for the entire rest of the season. And you look at what the NFL is doing now; they're discussing expanding the playoffs to 16 teams because of games that might be lost. Could that be a direct result of what they allowed Marlon Humphrey to do on Sunday? Because now I think the NFL realizes, the Steelers got screwed by the Titans, and now they might get screwed by the Baltimore Ravens and us. So in other scenarios where they cannot play, the Cowboys this week, which it shouldn't even be a contest. They should kill the Cowboys, but they will be. It'll be a close game because the Steelers give a heart attack every week.
Thank you, Greg.
Quarantine it will still end up with the 1 seed, so thank you very much, Greg.
Oh, jeez. All right, you're done, McNuggies.
All right.
Anthony, bring some levity to this conversation, please.
I don't feel envious for the people that have to deal with all this testing and the protocols, and we know how it's a fluid situation. The NFL has probably changed their COVID protocols over the last couple of weeks with everything that happened with Tennessee. But I mean, if they know that Marlon Humphreys tested positive on Wednesday and they knowingly put him in the game when they know he was positive, that's got to be something that you're penalized for. I would imagine.
I don't know
And then
that
when
they,
you do,
I don't know that he tested. He was tested
Okay, he
on
was
Wednesday. He just
tested
didn't
Wednesday.
get the results till
Yeah.
Monday.
which this seems because you're tested right before the game, aren't you?
I would assume so.
No,
That's-
you're tested on Saturday, I believe. They
Do
don't
you
test.
think? I mean, could it be
on game
the one positive test that came back with false positive, came back negative? I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that made this possible. I mean,
That's what I want to know. Sue Yoakley, Mama Yoakley says, "What about the test from Thursday, Friday, Saturday? These guys are supposed to be getting tested every day. They're in the NFL. They can afford these things, right? They're not in the bubble,
and they're getting the tests back that day.
Maybe this is like a fake positive that the Steelers tried to pull on.
Oh, stop blaming it on the Steelers.
This is just like one of those Steeler moves that like they do this just in case if they would have lost, so they could cry about, oh, we played a team with COVID and we should get the forfeit. I can just see it now. It's just crazy.
I don't understand what these protocols are in place for if we're just not going to follow them. I mean, to go to another different Marlin, I mean, look at the Miami Marlins in baseball season earlier this year. I mean, there's all those positive tests, and they let them take the field. So, like, what are these protocols in place for then? Like, if you're going to not follow them at all, just either let them play or follow the damn protocols. Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you're setting all these in place to try to make a season happen and you're just going to blatantly let it not, like, let people break the rules. I mean, that is, of course, if he did test positive, they knew it, which I don't see how they wouldn't have known it if he tested Wednesday. And how does it wait 5 days for this one, but for everyone else, you're able to get it in minutes? And, Turner from the Dodgers is able to get it in the 8th inning after testing that day. Like, how long do these tests take? I mean, are they different for the NFL than the MLB? Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I think they should just cancel
there
the
are
season.
different tests that you take. I think some tests take a while, but then you can take other tests that maybe can be real quick. I think there are different kinds of tests that are either more or less likely to be accurate that can take longer or shorter.
To answer you, Billy, I think that the Browns already did, so I think you're good there. So don't worry about it.
I just think that this is to me. It's obvious that all of a sudden there's the Steeler Nation is involved somehow again in a COVID incident, and it's always the other team. I'm just saying, Tennessee, Baltimore, Yep.
Okay, you're about to be dismissed, so you can go take pictures of your house for Better Homes and Gardens. All right, like nobody wants to hear your job. And by the way, I sat there
in that room. What the hell?
Well, he likes to look at himself. I mean, it's natural. Even though he doesn't understand that he's got red hair. I mean, he likes to look at himself. Besides that, he like crops it out like an individual crop. I did ask myself a question, Billy Mack, that you'd be proud of me. I got the answer to. I started thinking to myself, why does everybody seem to hate the Steelers on here? And then it occurred to me, and I just went,
Yep.
There it is. The face of hatred in Pittsburgh belongs to Mikey McNuggies. Some comments. Browns fans talk about Steelers more than Steelers fans do.
Hey,
there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. Yep. Michael Page saying bingo on McNuggies. McNuggies is
most hated Steelers fan in the world.
I don't know about the world, but at least on this
in
show,
the Youngstown Valley, yeah.
Yeah, you've dug your grave in the Steelers.
Yeah, we have more than 2 viewers, so there's a lot of people out there who don't like you right now, McNuggies.
Imagine if you just said something with just 2 viewers, like nobody would hear what you said. It'd be like a tree falls in the woods.
Tree falling in the forest.
That would be frustrating. Wouldn't you think that'd be frustrating, Anthony?
That would be, so frustrating. I can't imagine what it would be like. I've never been in that situation.
Let's was here. I just asked him to spell frustrating.
Fee.
Nope.
There it is. Some love for McNuggies.
When I'm not a Steelers fan, I think I'm all right.
No.
I don't know. You're just as bad as a Buckeye.
I'm not as bad. Steelers fan McNuggies and regular McNuggies are 2 different people. We're still pretty hated.
Is the Buckeye fan, and you're just as bad.
Yeah, like I don't dislike the Buckeyes at all. Like I'm a semi Buckeye fan. Like I root for them when I can, but you just take it to the next level. Like I've never rooted for Alabama in my life, and I'm rooting for Alabama right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's where I'm at with that. Thank you, McNuggies.
I can't do that.
It's my wife roots for Alabama. I don't know why they have family in Alabama, but they don't they didn't go there. That's another thing that we'll talk about on a different day. Why people root for colleges they don't go to. You know what I mean? Like I'll root for Westminster. I went there. I'm still paying my student loans there. I'll go for it. But
there's a lot of people who didn't go to college. So what are you going to root for?
ITT Tech? I don't know. The Art Institute of Pittsburgh?
Giant Eagle University.
Phoenix Academy.
Yeah, Phoenix. Let's go to this one. Mac, you probably, both Macs probably know this one. Wisconsin-Purdue called off. More COVID stuff, obviously. Wasn't Wisconsin the one that had to call off the game last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
At what point do they got to pull the plug?
Well, I mean, the Big Ten policy has been 21 days. You have to be quarantined. So, I mean, I think this isn't the last time you're going to hear about a Wisconsin game being pulled off the show. You have to play 6 games to enter it to be in discussion for the Big Ten championship game. So I think that they're going to hit that mark. The Big Ten really dropped the ball here early in the year. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago when they came back. I think probably when the Wisconsin thing first came up was when you have any issues, you don't have any weeks in between or after to make up for these. To play your final football game. So this is a bad take. I think Wisconsin's on the way out. It's unfortunate because they're a pretty good football team this year.
Matt Seidel says, I always root for the GED class of 1999. Go get McNuggies, you're a resident college football expert. Should Wisconsin have to pull the plug?
I don't think they should have to pull the plug yet. Next week, when they have to cancel their game next Saturday, that's when I think you pull the plug because you got a team that's a contender for the Big Ten West title, and you're not going to qualify more than likely. The only way they do qualify is if the average number of games played by the entire Big Ten falls lower than 8, which it's probably not because Wisconsin's the only team with an outbreak right now. And Illinois, they had 1 positive test, and that's it over this past week and a half. So it looks like they're in the clear. It looks like Wisconsin is going to be out of eligibility for the Big Ten championship. So I think you pull the plug after you cancel the next game that you have to.
You think they'll be like Cleveland and complain about it, thinking that they would have a chance?
Yes.
Thought so. That's going to do it for the talking points. Let's get to the G. Burpee Farms. What's your beef? Like how I did that and just scampered right away from it, Billy Mack. Let's get to, again, your G. Burpee Farms. What's your beef? McNuggies, start us off.
Go away from me. I want to come up with a decent one.
Listen, we have a show every day.
I'm trying to figure out one, Billy Mack. I don't want to waste the segment.
every day. Okay.
I don't want to waste the segment.
So I got 2, buddy. I got one for you. All right. So I have an issue with, at the moment, like we all kind of do weather-wise with Northeast Ohio. I mean, it's not a secret. It comes and goes. We've lived here for our whole lives for the most part. It's just, when it hits, it just sucks because it's like I got ear pressure. I'm not COVID sick or anything like that. I'm not even sick. It's just the pressure of being cold and hot and windy and freezing and snowing to rain to warm. It's driving me absolutely nuts. Okay. And the other thing is I'm still consistent on this. I'm so sick of doorbells. I'm about to go through and take off every doorbell, every sound, and all that. Like it should just be against the law. So it should be a federal law. It's election day. Go out and vote. Create it on the ballot. You can't do that, but you should be able to. Tired of the doorbells.
Anthony, go ahead.
I love that I had to take a minute to read what you're putting because I see a thing. So I had to be like, wait, what's it say? Does not have COVID. That's great. That's exactly it right there. No, I mean like with the election day, there's people that can't accept other people's different opinions. I mean, we have to live together and we have to realize that not everyone is the same as you, and be okay with that. Be okay with people that disagree with you. On this debate show, we do a good job of that. So, just with people that can't handle people that don't have the same opinions
Right.
as you is my beef.
Kate's saying, train your dog better. Billy, rebuttal?
I mean, when people come into the door, her dog takes off and runs away and hides. My dog attacks. So.
Look at Coach Seidel getting down. My beef is with basketball coaches who schedule practice during football uniform tournament. Very good. All right, McNuggies, go for it. Whoa, glasses.
All right. I don't know. I just found these like right there. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear it, but my beef is going to be with my dog. He's interrupted the show about 2,000 times today, and I have no clue what he is yelling at. I think he's yelled at my mom for coming into his space one time. He's probably yelling at people running in the street, and I just want to I want to go up there and yell at him to shut up. But my mom has tried about 1,000 times, and it just will not work. So sometimes it gets very annoying. So Billy, I know how you feel with dogs that interrupt the show. The worst.
Maybe
Did you just steal my beef? You're supposed to come up with your own beef, and you stole my beef. Are you serious?
But he had glasses on. He had glasses on, so it wasn't the same beef. He combined yours and Anthony's because Anthony can't see, and you had beef with the dog. So he threw the glasses on and combined them both. Make study hall great again.
My beef is, again, being the oldest guy on this show. Getting old. God, it sucks. I smacked my knee on Sunday on the corner of my bed. I walked in my room and just crushed my kneecap, and it still hurts today. Bending my knee hurts. It just sucks. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It hurt. It hurt enough to I almost went down. I had to take a minute, and the wife's like, "What the hell was that noise?" And I was like, "It just me hitting the bed." Yeah, pop. There we go. I caught the corner too. It was like the corner of the bed frame, so it was like one of those when you hit your toe on the side of the couch. One of those deals. Yeah, it was. It hurt, and it still hurts today. 2 days later, it sucks.
Not your best.
Yeah, mine, Paul. Mine kind of ties into that too. It's not a matter of getting old because I'm not that old, but the weather, it's cold and it makes me my knees get stiff and locked up, ankles and all that stuff, and I fall down the stairs and it's embarrassing.
God, I wish I would have seen that.
Yeah.
Pop Junior.
Let's go to Ty.
Yeah, mine's kind of just piggybacking off of Anthony's right now.
And the word piggybacking yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mine's going off of Anthony's. Then there you go.
Better.
As far as like the election goes, I just accept the fact that people have different opinions than you, and you could still be friends. Billy Mack's an ass a lot to me on this show, and I'm an ass to him. But I still love Billy Mack outside of it. And it's been a long 4 years about just arguing about everything politics and political. And let's take a break from that. Argue about sports, not politics.
That's it. That's my beef right there. Let's argue about sports, not politics. The reason we're here is to talk about sports. We try to incorporate sports into Election Day. That's what you do. You get creative with content. You don't talk about the same 2-3 things every day, week in, week out. You don't talk about politics on a sports show per se. Yes, it was very important to go out and vote today, and I think over 80%.
Where does that rank on your beef? Can you rank that for us?
Yeah, it's number 5. Shovel it over. Listen, we're here to entertain you. Everybody all day. I was up at 2:30 watching all the politics I could. I enjoy going into politics and seeing the debates and all that stuff. But my job, my mission, and my goal for you is to have something where you can get away from your everyday life that's a positive experience. You're not going to see your kids, your communities, your schools trashed or even talked slightly or remotely poorly about. That's what YSN is. So today when you're looking to go to get information, and you can go to Fox News, you can go to see wherever you go to get your political news and your updates. That's great. That's awesome. But we're always going to be here for you with the good news, the sports, and to continue to pump out positive information, positive stuff about your kids, your communities, your schools, your coaches, all the way from top to bottom. And at this point, if you're looking for us to trash people that, I guess, unprovoked, you're not going to find it. We don't do that. And we had to explain that to some people this week, and I stand by it. For better, for worse, I will stand by it. So I hope you all had a great election day and you rocked your votes. I hope you, obviously, special thanks to Tristan. I know he's doing just an unbelievable job of protecting our freedoms in the military and the Air Force. So we thank him for all that. And I hope you went out and you did your thing, because Anthony's right. No matter who you voted for, we're all Americans, and that's the most important thing. It's the United States of America, and that's what we have to be. No matter who is in charge, should not affect, essentially, the way you carry out your life 99% of the time. So good luck, and God bless YSN. We'll see you tomorrow for the YSN Power Hour, and we'll have Scotty will be on this show. So it's Scotty Wednesday, so we'll be excited. Anthony, welcome back, man. It's good having you.
Let's go.
There it was. Delayed. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the YSN Power Hour. Bye.